And welcome back to Friday Briefing. Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's take a look at business news now. Listed media company, the Standard Group, has defied the challenging media industry to post a 169% jump in net profits to hit 198.5 million shillings for the financial year ended December 31st, 2016. The jump in profit is a complete turnaround from a loss position of 289.6 million shillings the previous year. Profit before tax grew 168 to 269.5 million, while other income hit 98.9 million shillings from a negative position of 26 million shillings. Other income comes from items such as sale of newspaper returns and production waste. Its financial statements show that the performance has pulled its earnings per share, a ratio that gauges how profitable a company is per share of its stock, from a negative position to 2 shillings and 14 cents. The group, home to the Standard newspaper, the Nairobian, Standard Digital, Radio Maisha, Kenya Television Network, and KTN News and Outdoor Services, posted a revenue of 4.82 billion shillings in 2016. This was a 7% growth from 4.4 billion shillings attained in 2015. Well, despite the disruption in the industry following the digital migration exercise in 2015, the group has recovered to post revenue growth in both TV and radio segments, even as revenue from the newspaper remains stable. Moving forward, the company, led by Group CEO Sam Shelley, is confident that it is well equipped to withstand existing industry challenges and attain sustainable growth. The company plans to invest further in its broadcast business. All right, moving on, Kenya's private sector stagnated in the month of February 2017 to post a purchasing managers index of 50.1, the lowest ever reading since the inception of the Stanbic Bank Kenya Purchasing Managers Index series in January 2014. The index is a composite indicator designed to provide an overall view of the activity in the Kenyan economy. It's measured changes in factory output, new orders, employment, supplies, delivery times, and stocks of goods purchased. Weighing on the headline index was a fall in output, albeit marginal, while growth in new orders is the second weakest in the series history. Now, Kenyans are set to see better medical services and better interconnect with health service providers as competition heats up in the sector. Well, this is after a new integrated health app was launched in the country to enable Kenyans access medical practitioners for a range of solutions to their health conditions from the comfort of their mobile phones. The app, known as Secure, is a subscription-free project that aims at improving access levels to quality care and safe medicine across Kenya.
On a significant path to say, can we enable every household to have a level playing field when they are sick? That is, how can you find a convenient way to know where a doctor is, to know what medications you have, and how to pay for healthcare?
As a doctor, I have worked not only in Kenya, I've had experience in other countries, including Asia. I've worked as far as Cambodia. And some of the things we've learned is that these countries are able to improve their quality of healthcare because of the connection that patients and healthcare providers have. And this is what iSecure is bringing, that connection.
iSecure started since 2 years back. We started the idea with a local team of Sagittarius company, which is Nairobi-based company. So through a long process, we select and support a broad base of social innovation, and iSecure was one of them.
The National Social Security Fund intends to reach out on a court settlement with employers body FKE and the Central Organization of Trade Unions, COTU, in a case over an increase in the members' contribution. According to NSSF chairman and former MP Honorable Gideon Dambuki, talks were already underway to end the current standoff. He spoke as NSSF announced it will recruit over 1.5 million new members over the next few weeks. If a recruitment drive launched today is successful, the fund, which currently has 2.3 million active members, intends to focus on recruiting recruiting from the informal sector and enhancing the use of technology following massive layoffs in the formal economy in 2016.
We have agreed. We met Koto, we met KFV, we met all the people who had taken us to court, and we have now agreed, and that we are going to look for, the act is going to be taken out of court. And really, it is really hurting so many Kenyans who want to increase their savings, but they cannot do it now because of the case we have.
Agriculture CS Willibet has called up on North Rift farmers to apply innovative policies so as to boost maize and wheat production in the region. All this comes amid complaints from farmers of low quantities of available subsidized fertilizer and burdensome process in accessing the product. Speaking at the Eldoret Regional NCPB, where he met farmers, Bet said the government has initiated tough and innovative agricultural policies to boost agriculture in the region.
So deliberately, and I really want to say this, we have not stopped the DAB. DAB is here, but we are now bringing in the other forms of fertilizer, which are less acidic, like 23 and Mafuno, exactly, to try to improve the yields because the soils are too acidic.
Wanaipenda sana DAB, sijui sababu. So wanaipenda DAB. Ingawa Wasira amesema, hata nilisikia Wakahemba wakati mmoja alisema hii DAB iko na sumu kwa soil texture iko na shida. Lakini wakulima hao wakasema inanuka production. Ukiweka DAB si usaidie si tuongeze tu kama alafu tunaendelea kuelewa vile ulisema mafuno na NPK.
Kwa hivyo unajiandikisha kwa cooperative yako, alafu pale utapata hiyo subsidized seeds. Na tuko na pesa tayari. Kwa hivyo kazi inaanza.
Young innovators have and face a myriad of challenges in the hustle to break even, but the top of those challenges is the lack of financing and good business plans. Well, KTN's Joy Dorinbera spoke to experienced innovators on how young and upcoming startup innovators can make it in the market.
What I will say is about financing. We will need financing.
Majority of them are technically driven, okay, fine, but they are not business driven. So they don't know how long it takes to create an application or to innovate something. How do you take it to the market? And also one really bad thing is what I call the first viable product. Mm-hmm. You don't need money for most of the first viable product that you have to create. But if you create something and show another person or an interested investor that we can do this, then they can fund you.
One of the critical things that sometimes is lacking is for them to be able to put together a very clear business plan and put records. In the banking sector, we are very record driven. And if you can demonstrate to us that this is how your business is growing, this is your future plans, we use that information to be able to provide the necessary support. It has been demonstrated, and after doing research, we have been able to identify that indeed banks are the best source of financing for such young businesses.
Education needs to become more multidisciplinary. So I equip you with more skills so that you are prepared to respond to different things, not thinking one line, but thinking multiple ways. Two is we try to promote development of startups.